Hi, today is 31st of August 2020 and from today exactly 119 days are remaining for CAT 2020. So there are two questions from functions and graph. So you all can try to solve this question. Pause the video, try to solve it, and then after 5 minutes you can start watching the videos here. Alright, now let's say the first question. It says the graph of y equal to this and the other one intersects at the point 2 comma 5 and 8 comma 3. Then find the value of a plus c. Now it's a graph of modulus, and we know one thing, that whenever in front of mod sign, okay, whatever the inside is there, in front of mod there is a negative sign, so the graph is always downward like this, okay. And if in front of mod sign, okay, there is some positive number, so the graph is always upward like this, okay. So we need to keep that point in mind here. So I can say here, in the first case it is negative, okay. Here in the first case it is negative, so the graph will be nothing but downward, and we need to find out these vertex also. So when the term inside the mod, this entire thing is 0, if I say x minus a equal to 0, y is equal to b, and if x minus a equal to 0, then x is equal to a. So the vertex of the first graph is a comma b. Alright. So this is how we find the vertex. Okay. The term inside the mod is 0, then I'll get y equal to b, and the term inside the mod is 0, it means x equal to a. So a comma b. Similarly, the other thing, here in front of mod there is a positive sign, so graph is what? Upward. And if mod of x minus c equal to 0, y is d, and if x minus c equal to 0, I'll get x equal to c. So the point is nothing, that is c and d. So this is c and d. Okay. And what about these angles? These angles are nothing but they are 90 degree. Okay, these angles are 90 degrees. So we'll basically get a right angle triangle here. We'll get a right angle triangle. Okay, or we can say this is nothing but this figure is a rectangle here. And it says they intersects at point 2 comma 5 and 8 comma 3. So let's say one of the point is 2 comma 5 and it is 8 comma 3. Now remember, on x-axis, if x is 2, y is equal to 5. So that's why I keep it upward. At x equal to 2, y is 5. And here at x equal to 8. So 2 to 8 I move on the right hand side, and y is decreasing from 5 to 3. So here it is here, 8 comma 3. So even if you not draw to the scale, that is perfectly fine. Okay. So these are the points 2 comma 5 and 8 comma 3. Now one of the important property of a rectangle is that the diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other. Okay. So this is nothing but my midpoint here. Okay, this point is nothing but my midpoint here. Okay, and then I can use the midpoint formula. Okay, if for this line here AB and CD, what is the midpoint? If the coordinates are A and B and C and D, so the midpoint will be nothing but A plus C by 2 and B plus D by 2. So this point of intersection is A plus C by 2 and B plus D by 2. Similarly, from the other diagonal, it is also the midpoint of other diagonal. So these are 0.25 and 8 comma 3. So what is the midpoint? 2 plus 8. So 2 plus 8 is 10 by 2. So I can write down that is 2 plus 8 by 2 as well as 5 plus 3 by 2. Y coordinate is 5 plus 3 by 2. So just compare, we'll get that A plus C by 2, it is equal to 2 plus 8 by 2. So A plus C is 10, and that is your answer. So the correct answer for this question is A plus C, which is 10. You can also find out B plus D, which is 8 here. So the value of A plus C is 10. So at a first glance, it seems to be difficult, but believe me, it's not difficult. It's a very easy one. If you are comfortable with the graph, then you can solve it quickly here. Now, let's move to the next question. A very, very interesting question. It says a function f from the integers to the integers is defined as follows. Fn is equal to n plus 3 if n is even and n by 2 if n is even, and here odd. Now one more important thing here, if n is an odd, so n plus 3. So can I say in this case n is odd? So whenever n is an odd number, if n is an odd number, then I need to use n plus 3. So this is an odd number plus 3, and 3 is an odd number. So in or any odd number, if you add 3, that is an even number. Which means in any function, if my input is an odd number, then my output, it will always be an even number. It will be always an even number. Okay, then only output is an even number. But n by 2, if n is even, so in that case n by 2, I'm not sure, n by 2 can be odd as well as even, but n plus 3, it should be always even. And it's about composition of function, and I need to compose it how many times? 3 times. The simplest approach, if you do not understand anything, composition means what? Function is nothing but it acts as a like machine. So there are 3 machines here. Okay, there are 3 machines, and there is something which is passing through these 3 machines. It will pass through this machine, that is f of n. Okay, then the output of the first machine, it will pass through the second machine, which is f of n, and the output of the second machine will pass through the third machine, and that will be f of n. And from the third machine, we are getting the output as 27. So my question is, what will be the input of the first machine? Okay, na? That is what I need to identify. Now let's see here. Now if I'm talking about this 27 is an odd number. Okay, na? My output is an odd number. So can my input at this point will be n by 3 or n plus 3? Remember, let me write it down here. If something is passing through this machine, there are 2 possible input. It will be processed through n plus 3, or it will be processed through n by 2. So if n plus 3 is equal to 27, that is only possible if n is equal to 24. And if n by 2 is equal to 27, it means what? N is equal to nothing but that is 54. So the output from the second machine, it can be either 24 or 54. But if I am taking 24, and 24 is an even number, so if it is an even number, I can't say 24 plus 3. If my input is odd, then only it will be 24 plus 3. So it means this case is not possible. Okay, I'm going to repeat. If I say this is 24, it is an even number, so it will also pass through n by 2. In that case, it will become 12. So this case will be ruled out here. Alright, this case will be ruled out. So I can say this case is not possible. Okay, which means the output from the second machine is 54. 54 is an even number, and if it is even, it will be 54 by 2, and I'll get the output as 27. Now, here again, the output of the second machine is 54. And if the output of the second machine is 54, so what are the possible inputs? Let me write down here. It can be either n plus 2 or n plus 3, which is 54, or I can say that is n by 2, which is equal to 54. So from here, if n plus 3 equal to 54, so n is 51. If n by 2 equal to 54, I'll get 108. And here both are possible. Why? If it is 51, then 51 is an odd number, then it will pass through n plus 3. So 51 plus 3, 54 I'll get here. Okay, and this is my 54. And if it is 108, which is an even number, and for even number it will become n by 2. So 108 by 2, 54. So in the second machine, if I put 51 or 108, if I put any of these two value, the output of the second machine is 54. And this machine, this output will become input of the last machine, and I'll get 27. So both these values are possible here. Now before that, again there will be 4 possibilities. Okay, first say let's say 108. If I am saying 51, so 51 can be what? Either n plus 3 equal to 51, or n by 2 it is equal to 51. If n plus 3 equal to 51 means what? N is equal to 48, and if n by 2 is equal to 51, so n is equal to 102. Okay, now, so if I am getting my output as 51, so it can be passing through either n plus 3 or n by 2. But n plus 3 equal to 51, then in that case n is 48, but that is not possible, because 48 is an even number. We know n plus 3 can be applied only if n is odd. So 48 plus 3, it is not never possible. So this 48 is not possible. So you can cancel this 48. What about 102? Yes, that is possible. 102 is an even number. And if it is an even, so 102 by 2, it will become 51. And then 51, it will become 54 and then 27. Now, if my output from the first machine is 108, all right. So again, it can be either n plus 3 is equal to 108 or n by 2 equal to 108. So if corresponding to these two, I can say n will be either equal to 105 or 108 into 2, 116. And both are possible here. Why? Because 105 is an odd number. Okay. And if 105 is an odd number, okay, 105 is an odd number. So 105 plus 3, it is 108. And 116 is an even number. So 116 by 2, 108. So there are three possible values of k. 102, 105 and 116 here. So what is going to happen here? I can say that f of f of f of 102, it is always equal to 27, as well as f of 105, it is also equal to 27, as well as f of 116 is also equal to 27. In all the three cases, I'll get 27. But the question says that k is an odd number. So that is only 105. So which means k, it is equal to 105. And we need to find out sum of digits of k. So what is the sum of digits of 105? That is 6. So this is your answer. So I hope that it is clear to all of you. So that's all for the day. Thank you.